Good day, everyone. Our lesson for today is all about non-experimental research. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button for more updates. Also, you will find different subjects in this YouTube channel. Just select the playlist section. And now let's proceed to our main topic for today, which is all about non-experimental research. There are two types of quantitative research. Number one, the non-experimental research. Two, experimental research. In this particular video, I'll be going to discuss about the new classification of non-experimental research. And there is a separate video for the different types of experimental research. So there is a development of new classification of non-experimental research. Meron siyang dalawang dimension. The first dimension is classification based on purpose or objectives. Number two, classification based on time. The first one is classification based on objectives or purpose. So it has three types. The first one is descriptive non-experimental research, in which the primary focus for the research is to describe some phenomenon or to document its characteristics, its nature. So yun ang descriptive. Example, descriptive study in the 13th annual Pi Delta Kappa Gallup poll of the public attitudes towards the public schools. Results are a descriptive representation of how the general public feels about different aspects of public schools. So, ito yung type or example ng descriptive study, kung saan at dinidescribe nito yung kung papaano yung general yung opinion ng mga let's say public teachers dun sa different aspects ng public schools. So meron siyang descriptions. Okay? So that's an example of descriptive non-experimental research. Another is predictive non-experimental research, in which the primary focus for the research is to predict some variable of interest, typically called the criterion, using information from other variables called predictors. Predictive non-experimental, other term is tinatawag nilang correlational non-experimental research. Kasi you are looking for the relationship that predicts one variable to the other variables. A study by Leslie Halpern and Thomas Dodson to develop a set of indicators that could identify women likely to report injuries related to intimate partner violence is an example of a predictive study. They tried to develop markers that could be used in hospital settings to make predictors about likelihood of intimate partner violence. And the third one is the explanatory non-experimental research, in which the primary focus for the research is to explain how some phenomenon works or why it operates. So kung sa descriptive, tinatanong how or what is the characteristics of the phenomenon, ito naman, how the phenomenon works. So that's explanation na siya. I-explain mo na yung nakuha mo sa descriptive. So that is explanatory non-experimental research. There is an example of what they call this example of title of the explanatory non-experimental, and that is resilience in relation to well-being and loneliness. Okay, so resilience, how resilience influence the well-being and loneliness of people. Example, no? Particular respondent niya. Halimbawa, those students. Okay, students living in stress. So, naapektuhan ba nito yung well-being niya, yung perception niya sa well-being, tsaka sa loneliness niya. So, i-determine mo yon, i-explain mo yon, how it affects. So, that is an example of explanatory research. Okay, another classification now is based on time. So it has also three types of classification. The first is cross-sectional research. Based on time ito, ibig sabihin, kung gaano katagal mo ko-collectahin yung data. So the first one is cross-sectional research, in which data are collected at one point in time, often in order to make comparisons across different types of respondents or participants. So, pag sabing cross-sectional, ito yung agad-agad makukuha ko yung aking mga data. So, halimbawa, pumunta ako sa isang room, nagbigay ako ng questionnaire, and then kinuha ko yung mga questionnaire after answering them. So, that is what we call cross-sectional research. Data are already available. So, kukunin mo na lang sila. Pag sabing prospective or longitudinal research, in which data are collected on multiple occasions, starting with the present and going into the future for comparisons across time. So, example nito, yung binigay ko last time dun sa isang discussion ko about longitudinal research, wherein halimbawa yung rice field, ayan, no, kung maglalagay ka ng abono sa mga rice, sa mga rice field, ano ang magiging itsura ng kanyang production, or gaano karaming butil na pwede, gaano karaming sako ng bigas ang pwede mong ma-produce kapag ito ang ginamit mong klase ng abono. So, matagal yung proseso na yon kasi I think 3 months bago magbunga or magkaroon ng butil yung mga palay. So, kailangan mo talaga ng matagal na obserbasyon para makita mo yung result. Okay? Kaya tinawag siyang longitudinal. Kasi matagal yung proseso bago mo makita yung result. And last is retrospective research, in which the researcher looks back in time using existing or available data to explain and explore an existing occurrence. This backward examination may be an attempt to find potential explanation for current group differences. Ayan. Example of retrospective is, wala example dito. Okay. Example of retrospective is like this. Halimbawa, may kinalaman ba ang pagiging successful ng isang tao sa kanyang academic performance nung siya ay high school? Halimbawa, high school. So, pipili ka ngayon ng mga successful na tao, like let's say 20 person na naging successful sa kanilang buhay, and then titignan mo kung saan sila nag-aral, and then dun sa pinag-aralan nila, you will get the data nung kanilang mga naging grade nung kanilang high school, saan sila mas mataas, and so on. Titignan mo kung meron silang relationship na kapag magaling siya nung siya ay high school, ibig sabihin mas successful siya ngayon. Pag hindi siya ganun kagaling, hindi siya ganun ka-successful. So that is retrospective. You will go back in time to the available data na mayroon noon at na ang kanyang relationship dun sa kasalukuyang panahon. Okay, so mayroon tayong combination ng 2-dimension. Kaya because of the combination, nagkaroon tayo ng 9 types of non-experimental research, no? Kumbaga kinuha nila yung kanilang intersection. Okay? Sa based on purpose, meron tayong descriptive, predictive, and explanatory based on time, cross-sectional, longitudinal, and retrospective. Kapag pinagsama mo ang cross-sectional and descriptive, ang tawag doon ay descriptive cross-sectional. Okay? Kapag pinagsama mo ang cross-sectional at predictive cross-sectional. Nauuna ang based on purpose. And then explanatory cross-sectional. Katulad din siya ng longitudinal, na descriptive, predictive, and explanatory, at saka retrospective, descriptive, predictive, and explanatory. So, halimbawa, I want to describe the present condition of education today by getting a survey from a group of students. So, that is descriptive cross-sectional kasi ngayon ko siya kukunin, pwede available, kukunin ko yung data sa mga bata, which is cross-sectional ngayon, and then i-describe ko lang. So, descriptive siya. Okay? So, another is explanatory cross-sectional. Halimbawa, I want to get the grades of these successful persons in the past, in the present, from their high school grades, na yung kanilang mga high school grades, and then titignan ko kung may relationship sila. And then, yung mga data available na, so hindi na ako maghintay na matagal na panahon. Okay? I'm sorry, it's explanatory retrospective, sorry. So that example is explanatory retrospective, no? And then dito na explanatory cross-sectional, halimbawa i-explain ko how this phenomenon happen, pero yung data kukunin ko ngayon. Ayan, yung pala yung example. So, explanatory, cross-sectional. I'm sorry for my mistake kasi ang sinasabi ko pala kanina ay explanatory, retrospective kasi I go back in time. Okay, so with that, those are the new classification of non-experimental research from 6 types of non-experimental research because of the combination of the two-dimension, nagkaroon ngayon ng 9 types of non-experimental research na pwede mo magamit kapag ikaw ay gagawa ng iyong thesis or research topic. With that, thank you very much for listening. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button for more updates. Bye!